Friends, thank you for being here, right now, because this moment matters. Each breath you take is an invitation to decide what comes next. You might be sitting at a small kitchen table with coffee cooling by your side, or maybe you're standing on a crowded bus or stealing a quiet second at work. Wherever you are, a simple truth travels with you. The quality of your life is written by the tiny decisions you make when nobody is watching. Let's talk about the invisible force that shapes those decisions. Inside your skull lives a bustling city of tiny messengers called neurons. They zoom their signals back and forth by releasing sparks of a chemical named dopamine. Picture it like confetti spraying across a parade route every time something feels good. You taste a sweet strawberry? Dopamine. You glance at your phone and see a heart-shaped notification. Dopamine. You fall onto the couch after a long day and press play on your favorite show. Yes, dopamine again. Our brains love that burst. They beg for it. They demand it right now, because right now is the only time those hungry neurons truly understand. That is why finishing an entire pizza can seem far more appealing than prepping veggies for tomorrow's lunch, even when you honestly want the leaner body more than the greasy slice. Dopamine whispers, "Come on, just one more bite." And the whisper feels like a roar. Long before smartphones and snack aisles, the same whisper kept our ancestors alive. If food appeared, they ate. If danger approached, they ran. Quick pleasure, quick escape. That wiring is still inside us. Today, though, the world is overflowing with easy pleasures. Swipe for a laugh, tap for a like, walk 10 steps and buy sugar in a shiny wrapper. Modern life is an all-you-can-eat dopamine buffet, open 24 hours a day. That buffet has a cost. It steals our focus from the bigger feast waiting further down the table. Self-discipline is the skill of sliding past cheap appetizers so you can savor the main course of your dreams. It is not about punishing yourself or living like a robot. Self-discipline simply means choosing the pleasure that lasts over the pleasure that fades. Imagine a spotlight inside your mind. Wherever you aim, that spotlight grows brighter, louder, more colorful. When the light lands on tonight's video game marathon, the game looks fantastic and the gym shoes look boring. Shift the spotlight toward how you will feel when you can jog 5 kilometers without stopping, and suddenly the treadmill glows while the controller goes dim. Your power lies in that shift. Here's a gentle exercise. No numbers, no strict rules, just a conversation with yourself. Grab 2 sheets of paper or open 2 blank notes on your phone. Title one note, "If I Act." Title the other, "If I Don't." Under each title, draw 2 simple headings. Pain I avoid and pleasure I gain. Then let your thoughts flow. Keep the sentences short. Be honest, even blunt. Maybe you want to practice guitar each evening. Under "If I Act," the pain you avoid could be the frustration of feeling stuck at basic chords year after year. The pleasure you gain might include performing a song for your friends and watching their faces light up, or feeling music spill from your fingertips after a hard day. Under "If I Don't," the pain you avoid might be sore fingers. And the pleasure you gain is extra time scrolling social media. See it on the page, read it aloud. When you do, the toddler brain's instant cravings meet your grown-up vision of the future and begin to bargain with it. Now comes the creative part. Take a bright pen or use bold text on your phone and amplify every future pleasure on the "If I Act" page. Make the colors richer. Imagine recording your first song or playing at an open mic cafe where a stranger introduces themselves afterward and says your music changed their mood. Let your heart race at that possibility. At the same time, shrink the shiny surface of the "If I Don't" perks. Picture the endless scroll as a gray hallway where hours vanish without leaving a single memory. Watch those cheap thrills lose their sparkle. By stretching one picture and shrinking the other, you start to hack dopamine itself. Suddenly, your brain sees a bigger, brighter reward waiting down the road and wants to chase it. You align the quick chemical buzz with long-term satisfaction instead of letting them compete. Feel free to repeat this exercise for any habit: studying, writing, saving money, speaking kindly to loved ones. Words on paper can redirect an entire life. But let's be real, even with the best lists and the boldest highlighters, temptation will return. You will wake up some mornings and hear a sleepy voice say, "Skip the run, stay in bed." You will stand in front of a fridge glowing with sugary leftovers. You will think one video won't hurt, and suddenly it is past midnight. That is normal. Nobody wins every single battle. Self-discipline is not the absence of failure. It is the art of standing back up faster each time you trip. Picture a seesaw in a playground. One seat holds your impulses, bouncing up and down with excitement. The other seat holds your intentions, your best self, your future pride, your deepest values. Every positive action adds a small pebble to the intention side. Go to sleep 15 minutes earlier, pebble. Choose water over soda once, pebble. Open your textbook and study for 10 honest minutes, pebble. At first, the seesaw may hardly budge, but pebbles pile up. A month of small choices turns into a hill. One ordinary morning, you notice that your impulses are no longer dangling you in the air. Your intentions have become the heavier partner. Momentum flips. That flip feels magical to outsiders. People will say you have willpower of steel, but really you've just stacked pebbles. You can start stacking today. You can stack right after this speech. Let me share a quick story. A young teacher I know, Lily, wanted to wake at 5:30 a.m. to write a novel before work. For the first 2 weeks, her alarm rang in darkness and she hit snooze. She felt guilty, promised tomorrow would be different, yet the pattern repeated. One evening, she tried the 2-page drill. Under "If I act," she wrote, "No more regret, a finished first draft, the pride of calling myself an author." Under "If I don't," she wrote, 10 more minutes of warmth, the dull ache of another empty page. She reread those words nightly. On day 15, the alarm rang and she chuckled at the idea of trading a whole book for a sliver of extra sleep. She swung her legs out of bed, brewed coffee, and typed. 6 months later, she printed a complete manuscript. You do not need to be superhuman to follow Lily's example. You only need to shine the mental spotlight where it serves you and keep stacking pebbles of action. One dawn or one lunchtime or one breath at a time. Sometimes the hardest moments come in the middle, when excitement has faded and results still feel distant. Think of a long hike through a forest. In the first hour, the fresh air energizes you. In the last hour, the view from the summit pulls you forward. The middle stretch can feel like an endless tunnel of trees. That is when hikers talk, sing, or recall their reasons for walking. You can do the same. Remind yourself of the bigger picture. Repeat a mantra such as, "Each step matters," or "Future me says thank you." Text a friend telling them what you just accomplished. Turning progress into a shared story multiplies its weight and brightens its glow. Another simple tool is the environment reset. Dopamine thrives on cues. If your desk is buried in chocolate wrappers, the sugar cue dominates. Clear the desk, place a water bottle and a piece of fruit beside your laptop, and the cue changes. If your phone drags you into endless scrolling, leave it in another room while you study. A small tweak to surroundings can tilt the entire pleasure-pain equation without any heroic willpower. Think of it as guiding the river rather than trying to dam it with your hands. On tough days, be kind to yourself. Kindness is not weakness. A harsh voice inside saying, "You're lazy, you're hopeless," often drives people straight back to easy pleasures for comfort. Switch the script. Say, "I slipped, yes, but the road is still here and so am I." Then act again. One push-up, one paragraph, one deep breath while resisting an impulse. Mercy mixed with motion is stronger than punishment. And please celebrate. Celebration sprinkles bonus dopamine onto good habits, turning them even more attractive. Every time you finish a workout, mark a star on a calendar. Every time you study an hour, play a favorite song and dance for 60 seconds. These tiny parties tell your neurons, more of this, please. Over weeks, the neural city rewires itself so that discipline no longer feels like chains. It feels like a joyful routine that naturally rolls forward. Let's pause and picture the person you are becoming. Eyes clear, shoulders back, energy steady, laughter louder because worries weigh less. People may ask your secret. You will smile and say, I trained my spotlight. You will remember the 2 pages where truth met desire, where the easy path shrank and the meaningful path shone. The journey will go on, of course, because mountains rise behind mountains, but your legs will grow stronger with every climb. Before we part, place one palm on your chest. Feel that gentle rhythm. It is time itself, tapped out in heartbeats. You cannot store today's beats for later. You can only spend them. Spend 1 on a sip of water. Spend 3 on stretching your back. Spend 10 on writing the first line of your business plan or lacing up running shoes. These tiny investments compound into health, skill, freedom, love. Remember, discipline is not about perfect control. It is about perfect direction. Guide the energy already inside you, those dancing molecules of dopamine, toward the horizon you choose. When the lazy voice whispers, you can chuckle again and answer, thanks for your offer, but I'm chasing something bigger, and it's worth every step. Then take that step. I believe in the power inside you because it is the same power that built cities, cured diseases, and wrote songs that make strangers cry. It sparks every time a human being decides, I will do the harder thing because the reward is greater. Let today be that decision for you. Let now be the first or the next pebble on your seesaw. Lift your head, aim your spotlight, and walk. Small feet, big dreams, unstoppable heart. You've got this.